Welcome back. Well, we'd like to believe that all couples joined in marriage live happily ever after, but in today's world, that just isn't the way it works out all the time. A divorce presents a lot of personal challenges and many financial issues as well. And for more on that, we're joined by certified financial planner Jeff Rose with Alliance Investment Planning in Carbondale. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And what are some of the things that make for an especially ugly divorce, I guess you say, on the financial side?
Right. You know, I will say I've been very fortunate enough to where I haven't had to mess with too many just ugly divorces. But, you know, from my experience and just some of the research I've done, you know, probably one of the biggest things, especially what's happened in the past 12 months in the stock market, you know, is procrastination. And what I mean by that is that let's say that you decide to split the investments, you know, half and half. Well, it depends on what half that you get. Let's say that the half that you got is a little bit more aggressive, more in the stock market, and you don't make the appropriate changes to match what you're trying to accomplish. You know, you need to revisit those and say, hey, you know, if I want to be more conservative, let's take a look and make some of those changes.
Sure. So don't put things off whatsoever.
Absolutely. Other thing too is that we see beneficiaries, whether that be your 401k at work, maybe your IRAs, or even life insurance policies. If that spouse was the primary beneficiary, what I have seen is where maybe a divorce happened, say 5, 6 years ago, and then that spouse remarries, and then they don't change the new spouse to the beneficiary, and the old spouse is still that. Well, guess what? Guess who's going to inherit that money?
Right. Things can get pretty complicated there, and especially if kids are involved too.
Exactly. You know, let's say that the spouse or the husband might be the breadwinner, and there's a life insurance policy that he is set to keep paying on.